Once again, we see that in this dungeon there are many passages that are quite easy to get lost in. Sometimes exploring the entire dungeon could take weeks. It was also possible that during their exploration they might eventually come across the boss. After a couple of hours, they continued searching deeper into the dungeon looking for the rest of the monsters and the boss. However, the boss itself still wasn't engaging in combat. Everyone was just carrying what they needed for the raid. At times they stopped for a break, but Hunter Sung Jin-Woo's uneasiness never went away. There was something off about the facial expressions of the members of this squad. It was clear they were up to something. After the break they pressed on, but once again they encountered a pile of torn-apart insects in front of them. Squad leader H-Wang noticed something wasn't right and asked his ally to push a little further to investigate. Now the hunters noticed something truly shocking. From the expression on Hunter H-Wang's face, it was clear that they had found something terrifying. They discovered many insects wrapped in spider webs, and almost the entire passage beyond was blocked by a thick layer of cobwebs. After examining the scene, they came to the conclusion that this was the boss room they had been searching for all along. Hunter H-Wang quickly issued orders for everyone to be on high alert and prepare for the impending boss battle. Once again, one of Hunter H-Wang's subordinates noticed something unusual. As they walked a little further and looked around, they found a massive stash of mana crystals. These crystals weren't as valuable as the ones dropped by monsters, but there were so many of them that they could earn more from them than from the monsters' crystals. One of H-Wang's subordinates mentioned his younger brother in passing, but it was clear that the squad leader wasn't paying attention to him. Instead, H-Wang continued to stare at the enormous pile of crystals, his greedy look showing just how much money they could make from them. As he gazed at the crystals, he also thought about his younger brother who had left their homeland after reaching a high rank driven by the lure of more wealth. Indeed, such a massive amount of crystals was enough to excite anyone. While all the members of H-Wang's squad rejoiced at the find, Jin-Ho turned to Hunter Sung Jin-Woo and asked for his contract. After reading it, he raised a question for H-Wang. Jin-Ho pointed out that the contract only discussed sharing the magic crystals found with the monsters, but didn't mention anything about crystals found within the dungeon itself. The question clearly made the other hunters uncomfortable as seen from their expressions. Hunter H-Wang, however, quickly reassured Jin-Ho that everything found in the dungeon would be divided equally among the raid members. But before they could proceed, he emphasized that they needed to take care of something else first. Then we are shown the face of a massive spider deep in the web, a giant spider which is the boss of the dungeon. Since the gate closes after the boss is killed, the squad needs to take out the mana crystals first. However, it appears that the spider is fast asleep after a heavy meal. As they were about to dig up the mana crystals, it turned out that the hunter in charge of the equipment had left it outside. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo, noticing this, immediately realized that something was wrong. Hunter H-Wang, the squad leader, forgave his subordinate for the slip-up, but the situation felt increasingly off. Afterward, H-Wang instructed Hunter Sung Jin-Woo and Jin-Ho to stay and wait for them. Jin-Ho began to get nervous, but H-Wang calmly reassured him, saying that if they stayed away from the spider it wouldn't touch them. He dismissed any concerns, smiling as he told them not to worry. However, behind that smile was a very devious intent. It was clear now that untold wealth and the risk of death were in the same room. Jin-Ho, despite his initial nervousness, seemed to change his mind. H-Wang and his team moved toward the exit, but then Hunter Sung Jin-Woo remembered something. He recalled that to enter a C-rank dungeon at least 10 people were required. If Hunter Sung Jin-Woo and Jin-Ho stayed in the boss room, while H-Wang and his team went outside the dungeon to retrieve the equipment they needed, they wouldn't be able to return. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo quickly realized that they had always been bringing along left-handed people like him and Jin-Ho for sheer numbers. The true plan was to use them as expendable members to ensure the team could meet the required number for the raid, and now he understood the dangerous implications of their role in this mission. We see H-Wang addressing one of his subordinates, giving the order to block the entrance to the boss's room. Afterward, Hunter Sung Jin-Woo and Jin-Ho hear some rumbling coming from the tunnel where H-Wang and his subordinates had gone. To their shock, H-Wang and his team had blown up the entrance they came in through, sealing their way back. This surprised Jin-Ho greatly, but for Hunter Sung Jin-Woo it wasn't as much of a surprise. He had suspected all along that they were up to something. Suddenly we are shown a drawing of what appears to be a lizard.